Welcome back, everybody. We're going to continue on with Excel. This time we're not going to do any math or equations or charts. This time we're just going to talk about making your stuff look better, formatting of your spreadsheet cells. So let's get started on this. First of all, let's say you make this whole chart here. So going back to one of my old ones, and you say you forgot to put a title. I don't want to put it right here. I want a little extra room. Well, you can always right-click and do an insert, and we can insert an entire row. And there you go. You got a little bit of space. Right click, insert, row. Beautiful. Now let's say we want to give this thing a title. So let's say the title is the cost calculator for school store. Now you're going to see one thing here is I've added a little title. Anything you want to do with the font. Notice how even though the words go across a lot of cells, it's the cell that you start in that contains the actual text. So if you want to do something to the font here, let's make it bold. Let's make it a little bigger. Let's do a background color of light blue. And you'll see one thing here. The words are only in this cell, so these other cells, the words just sort of drag over. Okay, that's weird. So here's one thing you can do. You can highlight all those cells, and we can do something called merge. Now in Microsoft Word, the merge and center is right there, or you have an option just to merge the cells. Now if you're using a different version, somewhere it is going to have the merge cell option. You just got to find it there on your menu. And this is what it does. It just takes the cells, and now we just jump from B2. The next cell over is G2, right? There is no other cell. What this gives you the option to do is now if I hit center, it's centered in that cell. While we're talking about centering, I may as well show you this. You know how you can adjust the size of rows. You can also adjust the size of columns. You can also adjust the size of rows. You'll see the text sticks down to the bottom by default. Well, somewhere on here, it'll always have the alignment. Okay, top, middle, bottom, right, left, center. Okay, so this one was the vertical alignment, and this one is the horizontal alignment. So sometimes having it like that, centered and centered, is nice, and then you can decide, exactly how you want that text to show up. You'll see any of the cells you highlight. You can always do left and right. It's sometimes nice to have the word right to the right. Sometimes it's nice to have it centered. Let's talk about the money. The money here. We know that's not how you show money in professional spreadsheets or the real world. You want it to look like this, 1.12. And it'd be nice to have a dollar sign as well. So what you can do is you can highlight columns that you want to change this to. This version of Microsoft Word has it right here. We can hit a dollar sign, and it formats it like money should be formatted. I'll shift it to the right, and there you go. You got your money nicely formatted. Now let me show you a different way to format it, which you'll find in every version of Microsoft Word. You basically highlight the data. You go right-click, format cells. This right-clicking in Excel is very popular. Right-click, format. It's in almost every single thing you can right-click on. And formatting will let you change the format, obviously. So let's format the cells. It pops up this window, and different versions pop up a slightly different window, but they're all generally the same. And you can see here, I can say, oh, I want it to be currency with 2 decimal places. So it's a bit more detailed version of this, right? This is the quick one. This is the one that gives you a lot of detail. Okay, and you can see here, you can select if you're doing dates, how you want dates to show up. I know I might have a percentage, so I could do percentage symbols. We just want to do currency here. I'll click OK. Beautiful. Let me do these 2 columns here at once. I highlight. I can hold, I think, the Shift key. No. I'll highlight. I'll hold the Control key down. I'll click and drag and highlight. I still have the Control key down, and I click. and you can see I got multiple selections. And then I can do a right click, format, currency, perfect. Okay, and that's how you switch over to the money. Not too bad. That's really it. Some people like to put a grid in here, so I may as well just show you the grid at the same time. Let's say I want to turn this into a grid. Maybe I highlight all of this, and let's see where this would be. I could do a little right click, format. It's not going to be here. Alignment, horizontal, vertical. No, we don't need that. The font, no. Border, yes. And I can say for those cells that I've selected, you can basically say turn on the outline, turn on the inside. That's all of them. Let's make it a little thicker. And let's see what happens. And I got myself a little grid. Some people like to color the grid, you know, so they could give it a little shading. That's up here with the background coloring. Some people like to have the totals a slightly different color because that sort of stands out, right? That those are your actual totals that you're talking about. You know, it's up to you. I'm not a big graphic artist, but I'm sure you can make it look a little better than just black and white, right? If you have to present this to somebody. Okay, so that's the general idea with formatting. Big key ones. Merging cells, right, with the merge. The left, right, up and down alignment with these buttons. And the idea that you can always go right-click format, and you can do the style, what it's showing, the alignments, the fonts, the borders, the fills, and don't worry about protection. Okay, but that's good. That can make you let your stuff start to look pretty decent. Thanks for watching.